You're born inside a machine long before you learn to spell economy. Nobody asks your consent. By the time you got your first allowance, the gears were already turning around you. Banks, bonds, taxes, inflation, interest. You thought money was neutral, like a ruler measuring value. It's not. It's a set of rules designed so someone always gets paid, and it's usually not you. Here's the part nobody explains. The system doesn't run on money, it runs on promises. Your currency is just a ticket into a giant web of IOUs. Governments promise to pay bondholders. Banks promise to give depositors their cash back. You promise to pay your debts with interest forever. That interest is the quiet tax on your future time. You wake up every day already owing hours of your life to people you've never met. That's not an accident. That's architecture. Every empire that lasted more than a couple of centuries figured out the same trick: turned citizens into predictable cash flows. Rome diluted its coins to stretch its power a little longer. Monarchs sold government debt to fund wars they couldn't afford. Central banks later perfected it by making debt the default state of the entire economy. You're told this is progress. In reality, you were drafted into a lifelong game where prices rise faster than your ability to breathe. So, how do you survive inside a money trap you didn't design? First, you stop treating the rules as natural law. When you realize money is a voting system, not a neutral tool, you start paying attention to who gets more votes. Every time your wages lag behind inflation, every time asset prices soar while your savings account snoozes, you're watching the scoreboard move against you. The survival move is brutal but simple. You can't just be a wage earner, you have to become an owner. Assets that throw off cash or hold value, skills, tools, productive businesses, even modest investments are your way of stepping out of the permanent renter of life role the system prefers for you. This works because assets ride the same tidal wave of inflation and credit expansion that drowns pure savers. Second, you learn to see debt for what it really is. Leverage if you control it. Handcuffs if you don't. The system wants you in the second category. Easy credit, buy now, pay later, lifetime mortgages. These aren't gifts, they're invisible time chains. Survival here means you only use debt when the asset on the other side has a realistic chance to outrun the interest meter. Education that truly boosts your earning power. A business with a real plan. A home you can actually afford. If the debt just funds lifestyle, you're not financing your future, you're selling it at a discount. Third, you build redundancy the system quietly punishes. Cash buffers, multiple income streams, skills that can be traded even if the formal job market seizes up. In every financial crisis, Weimar hyperinflation, Argentina's bank freezes, the 2008 meltdown, the people who coped best weren't the ones who understood derivatives. They were the ones who could adapt. The side gig that turns into main income. The local network that shares resources when credit locks up. The ability to earn in more than one way is your personal bailout program when the official one regretfully doesn't apply to you. Finally, you stop playing on autopilot. The trap relies on you being too tired, too distracted, too numbed by monthly bills to ask who benefits. When you start tracking where your money actually goes, interest, fees, taxes, subscriptions, you're not just budgeting, you're mapping the pipes of the machine. Every leak you plug is a tiny act of rebellion. Every deliberate choice, owning instead of only renting, saving in real assets, not just melting cash, saying no to unnecessary debt, is you quietly stepping out of the role the designers wrote for you. You can't blow up the system by yourself, but you don't have to be its ideal customer either. Once you see the bars of the cage, you can start turning them into climbing holds. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who's curious about how money, power, and history always seem to move in cycles.